So let's go ahead and go on with a little bit of a continuation off of the last subject I spoke about, which was essentially the best way to find somebody to teach you when you're brand new to sports, martial arts, SCA, or other activities. So let's say, for instance, you found somebody to help guide you on the initial steps in whatever sport you're doing. I'm going to choose SCA, which is that medieval group that I participated in, and beat the crap out of people with sticks. So I'm really I'm really indoctrinated in that, and so that's kind of like my norm in a lot of ways. So I'll talk about it from that view. But now that you found somebody to help teach you how to, you know, the basics of fighting, again, regardless of that, everybody's going to come up to you and tell you what you're doing wrong, how to do this, how to do that. And if you can't manage to shut them out and really shut them down in a polite, tactful way, if you can, or unless you're me, then there's zero tact and you just tell them to shut up. But don't do that at first. So people are going to come up to you and tell you, give you advice on everything. The person who's teaching you is telling you to work on something specific, like, okay, I want you to just hold your gear like this and throw this one shot. And while you're in the middle of that, everybody's going to come up to you and start telling you, well, you need to kind of put your feet like this and need to kind of hold your shield like that and need to kind of throw your sword and throw your hips into it like this. And you need to shut them down and shut them out. So right off the bat, if I were you, I would tell them, hey, thank you so much for wanting to give me advice. However, right now, I'm focusing exclusively on what my teacher, insert name here, is teaching me. And while I appreciate you wanting to help me, right now I can't divert and think of anything else right now except for the lesson at hand. So while it's appreciated, don't take it offensively. I'm just going to continue with doing what I do. And I appreciate you wanting to help me, but right now it's just, I'm not able to make that adjustment. So you can try to, snowball them, do whatever. I mean, because really, you got to like everybody you're training with. It's healthy for you as a human. It's much better for our sport in general. But overall, don't piss them off for no reason. I mean, I make it a habit of kind of pissing off people sometimes, but usually it's for a reason. Usually it's to sink home a lesson or a point beyond the blowing smoke that everybody else does. But if you can make them happy, make them understand, because really, legitimately, it's super, super hard for you to focus on some specific mechanic or specific issue with your fighting while you have every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming up to you and telling you to do it this way, do it that way. Shut them down. Simply, drop names, your teacher, this is what you're working on, and that's all you're working on, and you appreciate it, their input, but it's not something that you can act on right now. So thank them and then continue working. And then 15 minutes later, somebody else will come up there. So devise your little skit that you're going to do. Hey, thanks so much, but I'm really working on a specific thing. No offense intended, but I'm supposed to work on just this and shut everything else out so I can focus on just that. And for the most part, people will understand. If they don't, who cares, really? If they can't accept that, then they're there giving you advice so they can feel good, not so you can get better anyways. And that's why a lot of people do it anyways. They jump into your training world and try to tell you what to do, not to make you a better fighter, but so that they can feel like they're important and that they're helping and that they're significant. Try to get one up on people. It's kind of silly, and I've encountered it way too much. But point is, stick to your training and work on your lessons that you get from your teacher one by one by one, and shut out the static. Because so many people have great intentions for you, but if you don't stick to the actual lesson plan and essentially read the book that this person's presenting you for your teaching and go all over the place, you're just going to slow down your training, and you can't really focus on that many things and absorb them at the same time. So stick with it. Keep your chin up. Keep fighting. Talk to you later.